We welcome you inside Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas for game number 2 of day 2 of Session B here in the Global Basketball Summer League. Alongside Megan McPeak, I'm Chase Sr. This game between two teams who come up with big victories yesterday. This is the winner's bracket between the DMV All-Stars, who scored over 100 points yesterday, and D Las Vegas, coached by Ricky Cleveland George, who we talked to prior to the game, Megan, and I asked him what the key was because DMV has this size and length advantage. He says that his guys have to hit the boards, otherwise it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, and he also mentioned the guys who are going to hit the glass and rebound are the ones that are going to get the minutes, because when you play a team that's bigger than you in size and you have athleticism, your only option is to box out and rebound. So if you are crashing the glass and your coach has told you whoever crashes is going to get the minutes, you know that you've got to be there, especially when they've only got one big man, number 10, Abdul Ahmed, sitting at 6'10", 230. He's got to be on the boards no matter what. No other option. Coach
Cleveland George did say that he does like his guards against the DMV All-Star guards. He's got a couple of high flyers, but we are underway as Rogez Johnson wins the tip against Julius Francis. DMV All-Stars wearing blue jerseys, D Las Vegas wearing their white jerseys. And we are all set to go here as we have a couple of points on the board right now, as the high-flying guard lays it in off the window. On the other end, Darius Clark will hand the ball off to Julius Wells. Wells goes down low to Darius Clark, and he lays it in off the glass for 2.
Both offenses, strong attacking the bucket and not settling for the outside jump shot early on. Just about a 30-second gone by here. But what you like about that, if you're both coaches, is the fact that they attack and not settle and get something going early to the bucket.
And Thomas Turvis was the one who laid the ball in for D Las Vegas. He was not listed on the roster. He did play yesterday, but he is listed on the roster. He went 6 of 6 yesterday for 15 points. It's going to be a shot up top that is off the mark. Loose ball is tipped up to Anthony Hodges. He rebounds it, and he'll reset as the shot clock resets. He'll come off the pick to his right. He's on the far side. Nice defense. He'll send it to his left to Michael Messer. Messer gives it up to Kelsey Howard. Howard goes to his right to Hodges. Hodges drives in the lane, hangs in the air, layup, no good. Outlet pass goes to Han Thun, and he's going to lay it in on transition off the window. We have a 5-2 game in favor of the DMV All-Stars. Turvis has it up top. He's going to pull up just inside the college arc. It's no good, but there on the rebound is Rogez Johnson. That's no good. But Messer kicks it to his left, and then Hodges gets it in the corner. His long shot, no good.
And although he missed that shot, you like the fact they made that extra pass
And Wells is going to knock down a three. That was a good extra pass on the other end, and then a nice shot from Wells to put DMV up 8-2. Now, I did mention DMV scored over 100 points in their victory yesterday, and it looks as though they're off to a nice scoring load again.
Yeah, Wells had a really strong game yesterday offensively. He gets after it, crashes the boards, really has a beautiful shooting stroke from the outside, so he's going to be one of the players to watch for DMV as well. But you mentioned it, they had an outpouring of scoring yesterday, and I can imagine it'll be the same here.
Hodges sends it down low to Rogez Johnson. He attempts to go up with it, but he is fouled, and he will have 2 shots at the free throw line. Check that, they're going to jump it up as Johnson got tied up on the right low block. So Johnson is going to jump it up with Darius Clark. Johnson wins the tip. He tips it to Tervis, and that's going to be a shot clock violation as Tervis was caught a little bit off guard following that jump ball. And it's still 8-2 DMV with 7:53 left in this first quarter. Clark guarded by Anthony Hodges. He'll pull up from about 19 feet. That shot hits the front rim. Tervis at the other end. He's going to spin, kick it to Hodges. Hodges up top to Rogez Johnson. His jump shot, no good. But on the rebound is Kelsey Howard as he lays it in off the right side for 2. It's 8-4 now. Thun goes down low with it to Julius Francis. He'll back down Johnson. His shot a little too strong. Tervis the other way. Tervis drives in the lane. Nice reverse layup. Doesn't fall. It was Johnson who pulled down the rebound, but there will be a loose ball foul, which will send the basketball the other way to DMV. Julius Wells will line up a 3. That's way short. Air ball.
Not only way short, but way too early in the shot clock.
Hodges, a nice stretch pass to Tervis. Tervis gives it up to Kelsey Howard, and Howard was fouled en route to the cup. So it's Kelsey Howard at the free throw line. 6'5", 190 pounds. He played his college ball at Tougaloo College. First free throw doesn't fall for Kelsey Howard. Howard's second free throw attempt off the back iron. But a lane violation on Julius Francis will give Kelsey Howard a shot at redemption at the line. Howard, 3 dribbles, rises up, sinks the extra opportunity free throw, making this an 8-5 game with under 7 minutes left to play in the opening quarter. Funderburk. Over the top pass to Francis. He backs down his man and wins that battle. Francis gets his first 2 points of this ball game, and DMV is up 10-5. Hodges, one-handed pass to his right to Kelsey Howard. Hodges now has it in the corner. He's going to drive baseline, layup. A little bit short, but Hodges was fouled, and he will go to the free throw line for his first chance at a couple of free points.
Now, the only thing I've noticed so far with just being about halfway through with 6:24 to play in this opening quarter, Chase, is that D Las Vegas, the last 2 times down offensively, they have become very stagnant. There's not really a lot of motion or rotation happening in their offense. They're making one pass, and everybody is sort of just standing and looking at each other and watching to see what's going to happen. You've got to keep the ball moving because that's going to force the defense to rotate, and you're going to be able to catch them off guard and get some easy buckets. The first 2 possessions that they had, that's exactly what they were doing. For whatever reason, they've decided to go away from that. They've got to get back to it.
Hodges goes 1 of 2 from the line, and DMV holding on to a 10-6 lead. Pass down low to Francis is intercepted, and Tervis tries to push the tempo on the right side. He'll swing to Hodges. Hodges brings it up top. He tries to take Francis to the cup. A nice pass down low to Kelsey Howard. Howard gets hacked, and Howard will take another trip to the line. So Howard hits the first, also hits the second, and D Las Vegas is within 2 with under 6 minutes left to play. Clark right in front of us, guarded closely by Hodges. He'll give it up to his right to Austin Cosley. Cosley comes off the screen, thinks about a step back. Ball is kicked by Johnson, but DMV will get it back. Thun takes the inbounds pass, a couple of dribbles between his legs. He's going to line up a long 2. It's short. Tervis boards it. Messer now takes it along the baseline. He can't get it to fall. Thun hands it off to Funderburg. He loses track of the basketball but picks it right up. Cosley takes Messer to the cup. Easy blow by, but Messer with a smart foul, and he's going to force Cosley to earn his shot and his points at the free throw line. Cosley's first free throw falls through. Cosley misses the second off the back iron. Hodges comes down with it. Bounce pass to Howard. Howard sends it to his right. To Thomas. Messer now has it down low. Hodges will line up a 3, and he gets fouled. So Anthony Hodges will have 3 shots at the free throw line, and he will have an opportunity to tie this ball game up at 11 apiece.
It's, again, the offense. They've got to keep moving. The more that they move, the lanes are going to open up, and it's going to become so much easier and so simple offensively if they just continue to have ball rotation, because every time they've had ball rotation or ball movement, they've been able to get an easy bucket or a wide open jump shot. Mind you, they haven't necessarily knocked it down. However, they've gotten fouled and gone to the free throw line.
Hodges does hit the first. He misses the second. And free throws, again an issue. Was also an issue in the first game for the loser in Prestige Sports. Hodges goes 2 of 3 at the line. It's a 1-point game with 4:40 left in the opening frame. Clark, nice pass down low to Alvin Brown, who throws it down for a 2-handed slam dunk. Brown is so athletic and long. He had a couple of highlight reel dunks yesterday. But now it's a 1-point game after that bucket for D Las Vegas. Another foul called on the floor. And there's a timeout on the floor. We'll take our first timeout here on Global Basketball TV. Alongside Megan McPeak, I'm Chase Sr. Stick with us. All right, we're back inside Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas. A 1-point game between the DMV All-Stars and D Las Vegas. DMV clinging to a 1-point advantage. Lateef Rivers will check in for the first game. He sends a bounce pass down low to Brown. And again, Brown climbs the ladder and throws it down. David Agusi running the point now. Abdul Ahmed in the game for the first time. Ahmed, a stretch 4 or 5 who likes to shoot the ball from the outside at 6'10". Cosley hands it off to Funderburg. He loses the rock, but DMV still keeps it as D Las Vegas tipped it out of bounds. Cosley will inbound. And another foul will be called. This time, it's on Victor Bermudez, who played his college ball at Texas State. He's a 6'3", 190-pound guard. Cosley will inbound again. Bounce pass to Clark. Clark finds Funderburg. Funderburg on the near side. Shot clock at 5. Nice crossover. Stops, pops, and hits.
Nice move and a great way to use the screen to his advantage to get that open jumper.
The shot clock was winding down, but Funderburg hits the jumper from about 17 feet. It's 17-12 DMV. Turnover. Lateef Rivers on the break to Funderburg. Funderburg lines up a 3. That's no good. Bermudez with the rebound. He's pressured full court. And the officials are going to blow the whistle to reset the shot clock. And Coach Carter for DMV is going to call a timeout. It's 17-12 in the first quarter with under 3 to play. We'll be right back. It's a 17-12 game in favor of the DMV All-Stars. D Las Vegas Casino looking to come back in it, and they can too on this possession. Bermudez to Ahmed. Ahmed gets his man in the air on a pump fake and connects on the long two. So Abdul Ahmed, 6'10", 230 from Cal State Bakersfield, records his first 2 points of the game. The big man can definitely shoot it. Clark spins off his man. Can't find anybody. Chest pass to Brown. Brown spins, almost gets it stolen by Aguzi. Shot clock at 2. Latif Rivers forced to shoot a 3. He can't knock it down. Aguzi the other way. Pass down low to a wide open Kelsey Howard, who gets fouled but puts it in for 2.
Yeah, strong play, sticking with it, taking the contact, letting his body absorb it, but still having the body control to get that ball up and over the rim.
Howard at the line after he ties his shoe with an opportunity to tie this one up at 17-17, 2:11 left in this first quarter.
You always want to make sure your laces are tied.
You don't want to be rolling around with untied shoes. As Howard knots this ball game up. Exactly 2 to play. Cosley on the low block. Spins off his man. Reverse dunk. Rips the net. Austin Cosley.
And that got Julius Wells off the bench.
On the other end, it's Howard, whose jump shot rattles out. Pass down low to Brown, and Brown gets fouled. Alvin Brown will now head to the charity stripe for 2 shots. Nice long pass from Latif Rivers there.
Oh, yeah, beautiful pass. And the good thing about that is, although Brown was running directly in the middle of the court, the pass was on an angle so that he could still catch it and go up in his shooting motion. The one thing guards and posts need to realize, the guards can't make a pass directly down the middle of the court straight on, because it's too hard for a big man to turn around while running and catch that ball to lay it up and in. So a good job by Rivers to get it on an angle and make it easier for Brown to catch.
So Brown showing off his stroke from the line. 2017. DMV up on top. Brown on the other end, showing that he's a two-way player. He blocks the shot. Funderburk drives into the lane. And little miscommunication between Rivers and Funderburk. Funderburk thought Rivers was going to stay put about 10 feet from the corner, but Rivers actually went into the corner, and the pass soared out of bounds. Lee Bailey gives it up to his left. Layup off the mark for Howard. Ahmed can't come up with the rebound. Rivers down low again to Brown, but Brown gets his shot blocked by the rim. D Las Vegas wants to push. Bermudez lines up a 3. That's off the mark.
Way too early in the shot clock. One pass and a long 3 taken. Coach Ricky Cleveland George can't be happy about the way the offense is running the last few possessions.
Final minute of play in this first quarter as Julius Francis's shot sails short. Aguzi to Ahmed. Ahmed down low. Lee Bailey now has it. He'll send it down low again to Kelsey Howard. And 3-second violation will be called on Julius Francis. And D Las Vegas will have a free throw and get the ball back. It's Aguzi at the line. Swishes home the free throw opportunity. And D Las Vegas will inbound on the far side.
Coach Ricky Cleveland George talking to Ahmed, just saying, just be in action, be in motion, just keep moving. Even if you're without the ball, just move on the floor because it opens up the lanes.
27.7 seconds left, 14 on the shot clock. Howard passes to his left to Aguzi. Aguzi to Lee Bailey. Shot clock at 6. Bailey kicks it to Bermudez. Bermudez lines up a 3. And that's well short. 10 seconds left. Latif Rivers pushing. He'll break down his man, send it in the corner to Funderburg. Funderburg's three is airball. The buzzer will sound as the shot hits the divider in the gym. And at the end of the first quarter, it's a 20-18 game. DMV will take a 2-point advantage into the second quarter. And we'll take a break. We'll have more first half action right after this on the Global Basketball Network. We're back inside Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas, calling some hoops in the desert. Cosley spins, gets the ball knocked out of his hand, but Cosley will get it back. He lines up a three. That too is short. Pass down low to Julius Wells, and Wells is wrapped up. So Wells will now go to the line. You're watching the Global Basketball Summer League. It's Session B, Day 2, Game 2. Final day of play wraps up tomorrow with a championship game, a third-place game, and then that consolation game. Wells off the mark on that free throw. That was Ahmed on the rebound.
Both teams missing a lot of free throws here.
Aguzzi down low to Ahmed. He spins off his man, rises up, and gets fouled.
Great move by Ahmed, and you and I, again, talking to Ricky Cleveland-George before the game, said he wanted Ahmed to really assert himself down low. He does have a beautiful shooting stroke, but he tends to take himself out of the game because he starts to settle for the outside jump shot as opposed to doing exactly what he did there, posting up, sealing his man, getting his man on his back, making a strong move to the hoop, getting fouled and going to the free throw line. So if he can get that in his arsenal a lot more consistently, he's going to be a very good player.
And with his 6'10", 230-pound frame, when he's settling outside and kind of floating beyond the arc as he knocks down both free throws, it essentially makes your lineup smaller because he's not down low to try to rebound the basketball. Wells' shot is short, but that was Cosley there to clean it up.
It also makes it easier for his defender to guard the paint and stay at home.
Ahmed. Over the top pass into the corner to Lee Bailey. Bailey's pass bounces out of bounds, but there is a foul called on the DMV All-Stars. So D Las Vegas inbounds on the near side sideline. Pass gets past Lee Bailey. Cosley lays it up, kisses it off the window and through. So Austin Cosley has a shot at a three-point play with the DMV All-Stars up 26-20 with under 9 to play in the second quarter. Cosley completes the trifecta. DMV up 27-20. Bailey hands it off to Aguzzi, and an offensive foul will be called on Abdul Ahmed.
Coach Cleveland George really unhappy with that call by the official, trying to plead his case, saying he wasn't even there.
Hans Thun almost gets his pass stolen, but Wells takes advantage of his man trying to get too greedy and knocks down the mid-range. Bailey on the near side. Dribbles it back up top. Shot clock at 10. Passes it to Aguzi. Aguzi drives. Finds Ahmed. Shot clock at 5. Ahmed to Lee Bailey. Bailey gets a shot blocked. Hans Thun comes up with the loose ball. Goes to his right to Cosley. Cosley will send it up top to Wells. Wells will line up a 3. It's good.
He is just shooting absolute lights out in this first half so far.
That puts DMV up 32-20. But on the other end, Aguzi answers back with a long 2. It's back to a 10-point game. Offensive foul, or check that defensive foul on Victor Bermudez. Julius Francis checks in, and Alvin Brown checks out. Wells inbounds to Francis. Francis gives it right back to Wells. Wells airballs a triple. Wells feeling confident in his shot after draining a previous 3.
That was definitely a heat check.
Couldn't connect there. Aguzi to Ahmed. Ahmed will line up a 3. It's no good. Ball tipped to Aguzi. Aguzi down low to Ahmed. Ahmed uses his size like Cleveland George was asking for, and he puts it in for 2.
Yeah, especially to that last possession. Took a 3 with still 17 on the shot clock. Unnecessary. Got the rebound, got it inside, and still was able to connect.
Clark gets his pass stolen by Lee Bailey. Lee Bailey has a 2-on-1. He gets wrapped up. A wise foul from Han Thun. And Bailey will head to the stripe for 2 shots. Bailey at the line. Sinks the first free throw. And Wrigley Cleveland George is going to call a timeout for D Las Vegas with his team down by 7.
Interesting strategy here by Coach Ricky Cleveland George.
You hope he doesn't freeze his own shooter,
well,
right?
I think I was just, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say, I wonder if he's doing this on purpose. Yesterday in their first practice as a team in the morning, he purposely had the guys do, I think they did 3 drills up and down the full court, and then asked them to shoot foul shots just to see how they would shoot fatigued and tired. And I'm wondering if he's doing this to see if maybe if he can ice his player, to see how he reacts to a coach calling a timeout during a free throw, if he can respond by hitting the free throw or if he's going to miss the free throw. So you almost wonder if it's an on-purpose strategy to see what you can get out of your player's mentality.
And it's an intelligent technique from Ricky Cleveland George, because one of the toughest things to do is to knock down free throws late in the game when you're tired and you're fatigued and you don't really have much gas in the tank.
And to do it when a coach ices you. You never know what's going to happen in a game, if there's going to be an injury timeout on the foul shot. So it'll be interesting to see what can happen.
So Bailey did hit the first prior to the timeout, and he's at the line for a second free throw. And he responds to the challenge. 6-point game, 32-26, 6:50 left. Cosley chest pass to Clark. Clark down low to Thun. He wants his man. It's going to be an offensive foul. A charge called on Thun. 6'5", a $195 from Missouri Western State, but he was a little bit too big and physical on that play.
Yeah, and great job from David Agozi, just taking it in the numbers and standing his ground and really selling that. Great call by the official too, but definitely an offensive foul.
Aguzzi slashes across the court. They'll go to Travis Thomas. Thomas lays it in off the glass, and he's fouled. Count the bucket. Travis Thomas will go to the line looking for an and one opportunity.
Yeah, going for three the old school way and the hard way, but you again, I've mentioned it throughout this first half with players getting to the bucket and using their body control and still having the ability to get the bucket and even just get the ball up and over the rim. So another one here by Travis Thomas. Let's see if he can complete the three-point play.
And I spoke with Thomas yesterday after Las Vegas's victory, and he said as he misses the free throw, but he does hustle to extend the possession. And it pays off because Rajez Johnson gets fouled after spinning to the cup. And Johnson will have a couple of shots at the line. Good hustle there from Travis Thomas after missing the free throw. But I asked him where he was from, where he went to school. And he said, I'm from a small town. Not many people know about me. And I'm eager to come out here and prove to the people that I can play basketball.
And you like that type of mentality, similar mentality from Vitrell Voss. Smaller, undersized player coming out of George Mason. So you like the fact that Travis has that same mentality, almost playing with a humble chip on the shoulder, but still wanting to prove that he can play with the big guys. And he's shown it here today, attacking the bucket. We just want to see if he can now get those free throws to knock down.
Johnson missed the first free throw. Misses the second as well. If you're Ricky Cleveland George, are you having your guys shoot free throws at halftime?
Shooting free throws with a sprint in the middle as a beautiful shot knocked down there by Darius Clark.
I'd have him shoot free throws.
Oh, 100%. Run a sprint and then try to hit that free throw. You've got to do it while you're tired. Any shooting coach will teach you that and tell you to shoot your free throws while tired. Don't just walk into the gym and that's the first thing you do. You can always start your warm-up that way.
No doubt about it.
You always have to end your shooting practice, your practice in general, or your workout with foul shots while fatigued.
So Clark's bucket makes it 34-28. Travis Thomas will come off the screen. He'll take Cosley. Nice kick-out pass to Aguzzi. He lines up a three. Bang! He hits it.
Great
Aguzzi
pass.
from the corner pocket tray ball.
Great pass, even greater shot. Lined it up and knocked it down.
Wells can't get the floater to fall. Aguzzi will slow it up, listening to the words from his head coach. Cleveland George calls a play. A little bit of a motion play. Bailey on the left wing, into the corner again to Aguzzi. Shot clock at 2. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by DMV. The shot clock did ring, but there will be 1 second on the shot clock for Las Vegas. Alley-oop to Johnson, who drops it into the bucket for 2. Great vision and a better finish from Johnson. Cosley up top. Shot clock at 7. He's going to settle for a long 2, and he gets fouled by Ahmed.
That's just a poor mental mistake from the big man in Abdul Ahmed. At the end of the day, every league now has that foul where you have to allow the shooter landing room. You've got to allow them to land on the shot. As soon as you make contact with a shooter when they're coming down, the ref is automatically going to blow that whistle.
Cosley with a couple of shots at the free throw line. Can't hit the first. And his free throw struggles continue. We called the game yesterday when he played. And he struggled from the free throw line.
Yeah, 7-13 yesterday from the free throw line. And as a team, DMV shooting 30 of 41. So missing 11 free throws. And you've got to just... the free throw line you have, if I'm not mistaken, you have 10 seconds to shoot the free throw. There's absolutely no need to rush it.
Clanks the second as well.
Exactly.
That's
Take
just
your time
brutal.
and just run through your routine.
So DMV only up 1 now. Las Vegas with a little bit of a comeback. Aguzi to Johnson. Johnson backs down Wells. Can't get it to go, but D Las Vegas will keep it. Ahmed with a long two. It's short. Wells to Brown. Brown, mid-range jumper, way too strong. Cosley slashes across the lane. It's picked off by Thomas, but the ball goes off of the foot of Thomas and streaks out of bounds. So DMV will now get it.
That pass from Cosley looked like it was going to be a beautiful slip pass right in the middle of the key. Unfortunately, though, the defense from D Las Vegas is able to get their hand on it and try to force a turnover, but it stays with DMV.
Wells lines up a long two. That too off the mark, but he gets it back. He's going to take another shot, this time for three, and he can't connect.
Coach Carter just shaking his head on the bench after two jump shots from Wells early on in the shot clock don't fall. And you get a second chance opportunity, you got to get something going to the hoop.
Shot clock at 10. Travis drives to the cup, reverse layup, blocked by Brown. He got a piece of it. Wells on the far side. He went 0 of 2 his last trip. He took the pass from Brown. Then he'll go back to Brown. Brown to Rivers. And a timeout called by Coach Carter for DMV. We'll take a quick timeout here on Global Basketball TV. DMV down by 1 against D Las Vegas. So following Coach Carter's timeout for DMV, we're back in action from Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas. DMV inbounding with 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's 3:18 on the game clock. 34-33 is the score. 3 on the shot clock. The shot is airballed. Latif Rivers almost took it away from Hodges, but Hodges was able to fend him off. Hodges on the near side sideline. Goes to Johnson. He gets it back from Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Ahmed, a long 2, hits it. Nothing but net for Abdul Ahmed. The big dude can shoot it from the outside.
Definitely can knock it down, but again, we've said it already in this first half. You don't want him to start settling for the jump shots and take away from his inside game.
Wells brings it up top. Left-handed pass to Rivers. Rivers shakes off his man. Goes to Brown. Brown banks it in, and I don't think the banks are open on Saturdays, but it is right there.
Well, they are in Canada.
Well, maybe he was from Canada or something. I know you are. But Brown banks it in off the window. On the other end, Kelsey Howard can't hit. Latif Rivers with the rebound. He'll go to his left to Wells. Wells down low to Brown. Does he want another shot? No, he's going to drive, and he gets fouled by Ahmed. Late whistle. But Brown spun towards the baseline, rose up off 2 feet, got hacked on his right arm, and he'll have 2 shots at the line. Brown 2 dribbles, rises up, connects on the first free throw. And we have a correction. It is Austin Cooley for DMV. He's wearing number 8. On the roster it said Cosley, but it is Cooley. As Brown cans his second free throw. 38-35. DMV on top. Aguzzi drives, stops, pops, good. Wells spins off his man, floater. Off the mark. Travis Thomas goes to Hodges. Hodges dribbles between his legs, hangs in the air, layup. Hits off the iron, off the glass. Wells the other way, hangs in the air. His layup falls through, plus the foul. Count the bucket. You can wave off the bucket. Coach Carter is shocked by the call. Wells pleading for the referees to reverse that call. He's saying it was an and one all the way, but you can wave off the bucket. Ahmed, down low to Johnson, and Johnson, tough move down in the trenches, and that will give Las Vegas the 39-38 lead with under a minute to play in this first half. Rivers' pass goes out of bounds. He wanted to go to Thun, but more miscommunication for DMV. Hodges, he'll set up the offense. Bounce pass to Johnson. Johnson to Ahmed. Ahmed will rise up for a long 2. That's no good. Travis Thomas gets fouled. Can't get the bucket to fall, but Travis Thomas will head to the charity stripe with 33.1 seconds left and his team up by 1.
And just from us talking to Rick Cleveland George before the game, Chase, you can just imagine how frustrating it is when you've got 16 seconds on a shot clock and a guy who's 6'10" settles for an outside jumper, when you can just make an extra pass and just keep the ball moving and keep the rotation going and make a couple extra cuts.
Thomas swishes home the first. That puts Las Vegas up by 2. Thomas misses the second. So there's about a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Funderburk backs it out. Shot clock now at 10. We're playing with a 24-second shot clock in the GBSL. Will come off the screen. Dribbles behind his back. Step back jumper. Too strong. Thomas with 9 seconds left. Slows it up. Hodges down low to Johnson. Johnson has a good look at a bucket. He gets fouled. And Johnson will now go to the line. Foul called on Alvin Brown. An impressive run late in this first half for Las Vegas with an opportunity to extend its lead.
Yeah, and their run chase has really started, and it really sparked on the defensive end. They were able to create some turnovers, create some shot clock violations, get some offensive fouls called in their favor, and it really allowed their offense to start flowing because they got a couple of transition buckets and have gotten to the free throw line. 2
free throws from Johnson makes it 42-38. Pass down court, tipped away. It goes to Thun, and his shot is well short. And Las Vegas is going to take a 42-38 lead into the second half. Alongside Megan McPeak, I'm Chase Sr. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
Basketball Summer League. Yeah, the Global Basketball Summer League, we have a very interesting concept. We provide a platform for players to get jobs in Europe, in Asia, South America.
Well, you know, these are guys that I scouted in the summer out in Vegas, and I met with them, and I told them what the challenges were going to be like in London. Just taking them a little while to really catch the flow, but I believe they've really settled in well now. The English guys here have really made them welcome, and I think you can see by their performances the last few games that they're really beginning to understand what BBL basketball is all about.
Sean Wally here at globalbasketball.com, Global Basketball TV. I am here with George Tolliver, the Associate Vice President for Referee Development for, guess what, the National Basketball Association. George, what brings you here with the Global Basketball Summer League?
Well, Global is one of our venues for our summer training, and we actually really enjoy being here because it gives us an opportunity to bring in our international group as well as our young up-and-coming referees in training.
It's a very unique opportunity for young players, and our concept is to do it right away. We're not agents, we're just a media organization that runs events. It's important for us to create a platform so everybody wins. Our media student wins, the referees wins, the players wins, and the coaches who come here, they win because they're able to sign players for their team.
I'm Madison Wagner with Global Basketball here with Bill Jones. Bill, you've had an amazing career both athletically and with coaching. You graduated from the University of Iowa where you posted a record of steals, then played professionally in the NBA, also in France, and now you're coaching professionally. Well, we're here at Global Basketball Summer League. What brought you here? Was it a relationship, or I know you're recruiting, but what's brought you here today?
My assistant coach to start off is here, so I'm coming here to support him, and then also my relationship with Daryl. We both played in the same era over in Europe, so I know who he is, and he definitely know who I am. So to be able to come down here and support him and what he's doing is a positive situation to be able to give back to players, to give them a forum and a platform to go out there and play and be evaluated, to be able to have progression in their career. And we were fortunate enough to win the championship, so we are looking for players. So to be able to come here and see the good caliber of basketball, you know what, I'm having a good time being here.
So no matter if the team is in Taiwan, Japan, Europe, South America, they win when they come here because they find good players. In the name of the game, they come here for players.
The program is called player engagement because they know when they get guys coming from college to the pros, mentally, we're screwed up. Mentally. In comparison to the average person.
Sean Wally here on globalbasketball.com. I'm joined by head coach of the Brampton A's, David Magley, at the Global Basketball Summer League. And coach, what do you think of this league and what is the opportunity for the players?
It's amazing. I probably found a couple guys that are going to make my team.
I think the league is the best league outside the NBA Summer League, and it provides the most opportunities, and we do it the right way. So if a kid is not playing in the NBA Summer League, they should be playing in the Global Basketball Summer League.
I love GBSL. I love GBSL.
I love Global Basketball Summer League.
All right, we're back inside Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas. Las Vegas entering the third quarter with a 42-38 lead. We'll toss it to Megan McPeak real quick to recap the first half with some stats.
Well, main thing that jumps out at me, Chase, is particularly 12 points from Julius Wells for DMV All-Stars, but on 4 of 11 shooting, followed up by 9 points, 7 rebounds from Alvin Brown, also for DMV, and they have first possession of this second half. But as well, too, 54% as a team from the free throw line for DMV, shooting 7 of 13 from the foul line. And then for Coach, for Las Vegas and Coach Ricky Cleveland George, 15 of 22, shooting 68% from the free throw line. Both teams unacceptable foul shooting percentages.
You know what's acceptable? That drive right there from Clark. as he banks it in off the glass.
Well done,
An
Chase.
interesting note, you really carried me into that one, Meg. Ahmed did not start the game, but he does start the second half for D Las Vegas as Hodges' shot clanks off the front rim. Foul called on the floor.
And 2 players for D Las Vegas, Howard and Ahmed, both with 8 points in that first half.
Foul called on Darius Clark. Hodges takes the inbounds. Johnson now has it down low. A tough move, splitting 2 defenders as he lays it in, putting D Las Vegas up 44-40. 8:56 left in this third quarter, so we're a minute and 4 seconds into the second half. And D Las Vegas continuing the momentum from the end of the first half and carrying it into the second half. Wells' shot, rebounded from Johnson. Hodges into the corner to Thomas. He'll spin off Thun, hangs in the air, layup off the mark. Clark will push. He blows by a couple of defenders, but it gets a little bit too reckless. Stretch pass is then stolen by Cooley. And we've seen back-to-back turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Wells into the lane. He gets fouled, but gets the bucket to roll in. DMV within 2. Wells 3 dribbles and hits the free throw, so he caps off the 3-point play, and it's a 1-point game. Hodges, near side sideline, comes off the screen. He'll kick it to Bermudez. Clark with the rebound. Wells on the other end. Layup no good. He gets his own rebound. Pump fake. Nice pass to Brown, and Brown lays it in.
Great job there by Wells. Misses his first attempt, gets his rebound, and able to skip it right over to Alvin Brown, who goes up and puts that one in. Good play there by Wells.
Ahmed, bounce pass, down low to Johnson, but a foul called on Cooley. Hodges will inbound on the near side sideline. Chest pass to Thomas. Thomas to Ahmed to the left. Johnson now has it down low, and he has the size advantage on Cooley, and he takes advantage. 46-45, D Las Vegas up top. Cooley on the far side, another whistle. This time it's an offensive foul as Clark got a little too physical. And that will send the basketball the other way to D Las Vegas. Hodges directing the offense on the far side. He goes to Bermudez. Bermudez into the corner to Hodges. Hodges down low to Johnson. Johnson gets pushed by Cooley, and that's the worst call I've seen in this game. Cooley extended his arms, pushed Johnson away, but the officials call the offensive foul on Johnson. Cooley in the corner, thinks about a three. He elects to take it, and he cans it. Austin Cooley with a corner triple to put DMV back up top, 48-46. Ahmed guarded by Brown. Two big bodies in the lane, and Ahmed travels. So we've seen Ahmed knock down some shots from the outside. He spends a lot of his time on the perimeter, doesn't spend as much time in the paint. And he got called for a travel on that one to give the ball back to the DMV All-Stars. Clark to Thun. Thun rises up. Can't hit the baseline jumper. Hodges drives. His layup kisses off the glass and in. Good body control from Hodges as he shielded off the defender. Yielded some contact, but still got it to go. Wells to Thun. Thun for three. It's short. And it's slammed back home by Cooley, but it's a goaltending. Coach Carter will call a timeout for DMV. We're tied up at 48 apiece from the Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas. Kick it with us. We'll be right back. We're locked up at 48 apiece with under 6 to play in this third quarter. DMV started this game, jumped out to an early lead. D. Las Vegas was able to come back and storm back late in the second half. They had a lead earlier in this third quarter, but now we're tied back up. Travis Thomas will take Cooley, shields off the defender, bucket, and the foul. Count it for Travis Thomas.
Solid take there by Thomas. Absorbing, again, I've said it multiple times in that first half, absorbing the contact, still having the body control to go up strong and make the bucket. Going for three the old school way.
Yeah, you drove along the right side and his shoulders were square to the rim from the wing, if you're looking at it from a straight line. And then as soon as he felt Cooley kind of come back on his left shoulder, he turned his shoulders to the right to kind of give him a little bit of separation to lay the ball in. He completes the three-point play, and now it's a three-point advantage for D. Las Vegas. Wells, down low to Francis. Francis will back down Ahmed. Looked like a walk, but whistles are silent. Stretch pass to Johnson. Johnson power step and throws it down with two. Cooley on the other end lines up a three. That's off the mark. Clark with the rebound. He gets fouled. And Clark will take a trip to the line.
And the one thing that DMV can do is start to settle for outside jump shots. When they were attacking the bucket and attacking the paint and getting a lot of drive penetration happening in that first half, they were successful because they were getting to the free throw line, although not necessarily making the free throws. But they were getting to the free throw line.
Which at least gives you an opportunity for some points.
But what it comes down to is the drive penetration, whether it's from the wing or even from the post. The more you drive, it's going to put the defense on their heels, and it's going to usually end up in easy buckets, fouls, or wide open jump shots on a kickout.
Clark goes 2 of 2 from the line. That makes it a 3-point game. D. Las Vegas up. Thomas on the right wing. Up. Ahmed spins off of Francis, and he gets pushed. Ahmed is pretty agile for being 6'10", 230. He's not physical, but he has kind of a finesse style down low.
Yeah, very, very finesse, as you mentioned, at that 6'10", 230. I think the only thing that happens is that because he isn't as physical as you'd think he'd be, I think that can play into the advantage of his defender.
Aguzi to Ahmed. Ahmed airballs the long two. Thomas in the lane. He can't get it to go. There's Ahmed who draws the foul. So Ahmed has really responded to Ricky Cleveland George. We've seen him shoot some balls from the outside, but he's also gone to work down low as well.
Yeah, and if you're Ahmed, you listen. Excuse me. You listen to what your coach has to say. He gives you some advice. At the end of the day, he's played at this level, so he knows what he's talking about.
Ahmed goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. 54-50. D Las Vegas up. Cooley with a little hesitation. Can't get the windmill layup to go. Ahmed pulls it down in traffic. Hodges now has it on the far side. He's asking for a pick. He gets it. Goes to Ahmed. Ahmed pump fakes. He has some separation, and he takes advantage and knocks down the 2. Now Francis realizes that Ahmed is a little bit quicker than him, and he didn't get up in his face, and Ahmed was able to hit it.
Yeah, and in that situation, if you're Francis, if you know you give up a little bit of foot speed, you've got to close out under control. You've got to close out close enough that you can respect Ahmed's jump shot, but you've also got to respect the fact that he may put the ball on the floor, even if it's just for 2 or 3 dribbles, to have the defense collapse on him so he can kick to an open jump shooter. But it all comes down to just mentally playing your angles and making sure that your closeout is under control and close enough that you can still defend, as I said, the drive and the shot from him.
So it's a 56-50 game with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter. D Las Vegas holding on to the cushion. And they've really played a well-rounded version of basketball in this game.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the free throw shooting from both teams, you mentioned it, well-rounded game. They're facilitating the ball. They're sharing the ball. Aside from some errant early shots on the outside settling, they've really played a great game.
Cooley looks to alley-oop it to Wells. He comes down with it and then can't connect on the bunny. Hodges setting up the offense, goes to Ahmed. And Ahmed gets hacked.
And that's where I was just saying, Chase, the closeout has to be under control, close enough to still contest the shot, close enough and a cushion to support the drive. But on that situation, he closed out of control and way too close, then picking up the foul there.
Ahmed was asking for 2 shots, but the foul was on the floor, as it appeared.
When you're a shooter, anytime you get fouled and you're going into your jump shooting motion, you always hope and you always lobby for that call from the ref that they'll get you to the line.
Thomas on the inbounds. Goes to Ahmed. Is Ahmed going to try to break down Francis? He will try to do it. His shot just off the mark. Wells dribbles the other way. Hands it off to Funderburk, and Funderburk is smooth from mid-range. That makes it a 4-point game, 56-52, 3 minutes even. Aguzzi drives, he draws the foul. These guards really do have good court awareness, and they kind of have a feel for the game where when they drive to the hoop, they sense the pressure, and they try to evade that pressure by controlling their body in different ways.
Yeah, and that's something that you learn over time as a player and as a guard is when you make the attack and you go on the attack and you're aggressive, you learn to have body control and play with it when you're in the air.
It's almost like a sixth sense, kind of.
Yeah, it really comes down to how you are as a guard. If you attack the paint a lot, you learn, you teach yourself how to absorb the contact and how to have body control. Some guards don't attack as much as they should, but the ones that do usually learn that. And to note on Abdul Ahmed, after that 3, when he tried to break down Francis after the foul, he came over the first foul shot and said my bad to coach, knowing that he shouldn't have taken that shot. So you like mentally that he's progressing and realizing that was a bad shot.
Aguzi goes perfect from the line. Francis looks to back down Ahmed. His baby hook nicks the front iron.
Good thing about Ahmed is that he's pulling down the rebounds, but he can also put it on the floor to alleviate those double teams and find his guard. You like that he can handle the ball.
Aguzi spins off of Wells. Ahmed thinks about a step-back jumper. Instead, he goes to Thomas, and Thomas gets fouled en route to the hoop.
That was a great play there by Ahmed. Could have easily taken that three and settled. Didn't with it. He pump faked, took a couple dribbles, and you and I both thought he was actually going to try and take that pull-up jumper. Instead, got it to a teammate, now at the free throw line. Great decision from Abdul Ahmed, because it's showing that he's realizing when to pick his battles with Coach Ricky Cleveland-George on that jump shot.
Thomas misses the first free throw. He clapped his hands in frustration. He also misses the second. And then the whistles sound again as Cooley hit the floor. And the foul will be called on Kelsey Howard. And we'll walk the floor. With 2:18 left, it's 58-52. D Las Vegas with the lead. Cooley wide open from three, and he airballs it. But he hits the deck, comes up with the steal. Finds Rivers. Rivers in the lane. He too gets fouled. And Rivers will now take a trip to the free throw line.
Latif Rivers has been very quiet in this game. Had a strong game yesterday. More on the sense of the facilitating and passing, getting his teammates involved. Today, very quiet. Haven't really mentioned his name a lot in this game. But again, able to utilize the drive, getting to the bucket, going to the free throw line, hit the first one. So we'll see if he can hit the second one, as Abdul Ahmed will check out and take a well-deserved breather on the bench for Coach George. And one thing to note, actually, too, for D Las Vegas, Michael Messer is inactive with that ankle injury. Suffered it yesterday in their first game, and he was able to warm up and just couldn't go. So that's unfortunate when you come to something like this, that you can't really showcase what you can do.
Travis drives into the lane, kicks it to Lee Bailey. Bailey's three, no good. Thunderberg will push it the other way. Clark tries his hand at a triple, and he airballs that one. Thomas hands it off to Aguzi. Bang! Aguzi knocks down the trifecta. It's a 61-54 lead for D Las Vegas. And D Las Vegas doing it on the other end as well, forcing a turnover.
Yeah, right now it just seems like DMV is sort of unraveling at the seams. A very early and unnecessary three-pointer to take that air balls, and then they give up another three at the other end.
Aguzi, another three, off to the left. Brown pulls it down. Cooley now has it up top. He sends it to his left to Funderburk, and Funderburk responds with a three. Aguzi almost carried it. One-handed pass to Lee Bailey. Bailey looking for the roller. Instead, he'll go into the corner to Aguzi. Aguzi for three, and it is good!
Great ball movement, great penetration. The defense collapses. You get a wide-open shot.
Rivers on the other end, spins off his man. Can't get the shot to go. A little bit wild there from Latif Rivers. Then Brown rips it.
Using the rim, but that's a great pass from Cooley to Brown.
He can really get up, can't he?
I mean, you see him standing there. You don't expect him. You expect him to be able to dunk it, but then he does it with such athleticism. It's great to see.
Thomas dribbles behind his back. Goes to Aguzi. Aguzi's got it going on. Left-handed layup. No good. Then the shot is blocked by Brown. Clark dribbles the other way. Soars up into the air. Gets the finger roll to fall through. Then a quick pass to Howard. But the shot is no good, and the buzzer does sound, marking the end of the third quarter. Heading into the final frame, it's 64-61. D Las Vegas with a 3-point lead. DMV All-Stars trail by 3 as we're about to start this fourth quarter from the Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas. D Las Vegas will start the fourth quarter with the basketball as Aguzzi goes to Thomas. Thomas then tries to find Howard in the corner, but the pass was too high. Latif Rivers, guarded by Aguzzi. He will drive, kick it into the corner to Wells. Wells pump fakes, tries to throw down a dunk, but he can't do so. Thomas to the corner to Lee Bailey, and Bailey showing off his shooting touch. He hits the long two. Latif Rivers tries his hand at a three, and it rattles out. And a little ISO action, but Bailey backs it back out. He hands it off to Aguzzi. Aguzzi with a couple of big shots at the end of the third. Johnson takes his man to the cup, and he gets past Brown and lays it in. 68-61 now, D Las Vegas up top. Rivers lines up another three, and he's struggling to find his role. Aguzzi into the lane, layup, no good. He's gonna back it back out. Gets a pass stolen by Rivers. Nice active hands from Latif Rivers. But Rivers gets the ball tipped away by Kelsey Howard. Outlet pass to Thomas. Thomas will lay it in easily en route to the 10.
Great back and forth action those last couple of possessions, Chase. I'm just taking my time sitting back here and watching and enjoying the great play, and you love the defensive intensity, everybody getting after it on the floor.
These two teams won it, and that's definitely evident right now as this fourth quarter is well underway. Wells pump fakes, contacts Thomas, gets stripped, but I believe Lee Bailey is going to be caught being a little bit too aggressive. So the ball remains with the DMV All-Stars. Cooley into the corner to Funderburk. Can't get it to fall. On the other end, a nice reverse layup from Kelsey Howard. Started on the left side, finished on the right. And D Las Vegas has its biggest lead of this game. It now sits at 11. Cooley to Brown. Brown ripped the ball away from David Agusi and just laid it in. So 9-point game with over 7 minutes left to play. Agusi to Thomas. Thomas had an open look. He elected not to take it. Instead, Ahmed might. Fadeaway jumper is blocked by Brown. There will be 2 seconds on the shot clock after the inbounds pass. Plenty of time to take a dribble or two and get a shot up.
Yeah, this is going to be a quick catch and shoot. Maybe one dribble, but you'd rather just catch and shoot.
Nice inbounds pass to Ahmed, but he can't finish it off. Golden opportunities squandered for D Las Vegas. Funderburk will now be fouled as he drove to the rim. Foul will be called on Victor Bermudez. So Funderburk at the line. He's a 6'4", 190-pound guard. Played his college ball at Columbus State as he connects on the first free throw. It's now an 8-point game with 6:47 left in the final quarter. Funderburk also hits the second. D Las Vegas' lead was at 11. It's now down to 7. Bermudez settled on the left wing. He'll pass it up top to Agusi. Shot clock at 5. Agusi gets past Funderburk, and he's fouled.
Agusi just such a beautiful job at recognizing when the shot clock is winding down, where he can split the defense, utilize the angles that are in front of him, and really take his body and small frame and get in between those cracks, get to the bucket, maybe get a foul, or get his teammate a shot attempt. He does it so well, Chase. You just love to watch the way he plays.
Agusi, first free throw off the back iron. Free throws continue to be a problem for both teams. Agusi comes right back and hits the second. 73-65 with 6:20 left. Cooley splits a couple of defenders, finger roll layup off the window and good. Bermudez on the far side brings it to the near side. Another foul called, almost rattles in. Instead, it pops out, but Bermudez will have 2 shots. Bermudez clanks the first. Bermudez connects on the second. Cooley the other way will again drive, and he draws the foul. There's going to be a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break here on Global Basketball TV. D Las Vegas hanging on to a 7-point lead. Austin Cooley at the line for the DMV All-Stars with his team down by 7. 5:53 left to play in this fourth quarter. And he just can't buy a free throw in this game. And he's well short on the second one. So he bails out Las Vegas on his trip to the free throw line, and that's a cause for concern for Austin Cooley. Bermudez drives. His layup rolls out, but there to clean it up is Kelsey Howard. Howard, 6'5", $190. Might be a little bit undersized to be playing down low, but he's a high-energy player, and it's showing off in this game. Thun makes the three, but prior to that, he stepped out of bounds.
And just a note, Chase, update from the foul line, both free throw percentages from the team. DMV, 14 of 20 prior to the last foul shots taken, shooting 70%, but Las Vegas, 21 of 33, just 63%. So both improved from halftime. Unfortunately, though, you want to see Las Vegas get it up above 65% as a team.
And Las Vegas is still up 9, 76-67. Bailey kicks it to Howard. Howard rises up, and he sinks the mid-range jump shot. Julius Wells got it from the left wing, a deep three for Wells, who last season played with the Bayway Bombers. Bailey, an excellent pass, good vision to Ahmed. Ahmed draws the contact, still gets it to fall. And Ahmed showing his size down low. And he'll have an opportunity at a three-point play.
And I was just about to mention, and Coach Rick and George said it as I was about to say it to you, Chase. You love that from Abdul Ahmed. Head coach looks at him as he's walking to the free throw line as he doesn't complete the three-point play and says, you see how easy it is when you stay in the paint and you're not sitting out on the perimeter?
And the extra effort is paying off right now as Howard airballs the three. Ahmed did miss the free throw, but look at Alvin Brown throw it down. He is quite the leaper. Aguzzi streaks into the lane, and he lays it in.
Brown has had 2 of those abusing the rim throwdowns. You love his athleticism and enthusiasm.
And Clark penetrates and gets the one-handed jumper to go.
Nice soft touch off the glass.
That was a nice soft touch. 82-74, Las Vegas still on top. Whistles sound. And Alvin Brown is called for the foul. Lee Bailey on the far side. He inbounds it to Aguzzi. Shot clock at 10. Aguzzi is going to try to break his man down. He finds Bailey. Bailey for 3, and it rims out. Toilet bowled out, so it's still 82-74. Time's a ticking. 3:20 left in the fourth quarter. Pass is stolen, and Thun commits the personal. Bermudez will inbound to Bailey. Shot clock at 20, so they have some time. Bailey comes off the screen. He's going to stop and pop and hit for 3.
There's not much you can say about that. That was an absolute beautiful play and a beautiful shot.
Lee Bailey from downtown gives Las Vegas an 11-point lead, tying their largest margin for this ball game. 2:54 left. And despite the struggles at the free throw line for D Las Vegas, they've hit timely shots. They shot the ball well from the outside, and they've also had a couple of second chance opportunities.
Yeah, and the one thing that you touched on, Chase, is the second chance opportunities. You're obviously going to hit outside shots. You're going to get your opportunities at the free throw line, and you're going to get your opportunities with penetration, attack. But if you can also crash the boards, and that's what Coach Ricky Cleveland-George said to you and I at the start of this game when we were chatting with him, they have to crash the boards. And he wasn't just talking defensively, he was talking offensively. When they've crashed the boards, they've gotten the second chance opportunities, which majority of the time has either led to an easy bucket for them on the putback, an outside shot, or the person on the rebound has gone up strong, absorbed the contact, and gone to the free throw line. So all their second chance opportunities have been a positive outcome for them.
And that has led to an 11-point advantage with under 3 minutes left to play from Doolittle Community Center. It's game number 2 of day 2 of Session B, with things wrapping up tomorrow here from the LV. Sorry for those brief technical difficulties. Thun attempts a 3, and that's no good. Here's Johnson with a matchup nightmare if you're Thun. Johnson backed him down, got physical with him, bodied him up, and because of that, he'll have 2 shots at the line. Johnson's first shot is good. Johnson's second shot also through. So Johnson goes a perfect 2 of 2 from the line. It's a 13-point game, biggest lead of the game. Brown kicks it into the corner to Wells. Wells, a much-needed 3, but he can't get it to fall. Brown scrambles for the loose ball. Pass almost stolen. Thun will take a 3. That rattles out. Brown soars for another rebound.
He literally just, as you said, soared through the air. I didn't even see him on the floor. All of a sudden, you just see Brown coming out of the air, going after that rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line. But you love the rebounding on the offensive end. We just talked about it for D Las Vegas, and now DMV doing the same thing, getting second chance opportunity, and now Brown going to the free throw line. But that rebound was astonishing.
He's got jumping ability that guys in the NBA don't even have. He is a stellar athlete as he misses the free throw. And I didn't think he was going up for the shot when he got fouled, but the officials give him the benefit of the doubt. Brown connects on the second. It's a 12-point game now.
Brown, although has missed a couple free throws, you like the fact that he's got a very good shooting stroke for a big man at 6'10". It looks comfortable for him to be at the free throw line.
He is a comfortable shooter. That's a good point by you. As Bermudez finds a streaking Johnson, and Johnson puts it home. Wells takes a 3. And he's airballed a couple 3-point shots in this game. Long pass to Johnson, who is cherry-picking on the offensive end. But a great eye as the pass really traveled the entire length of the court. And that now has D Las Vegas up by 16 points. This is a DMV team that scored over 100 points in their game yesterday. They only have 75 with $1:40 left.
Yeah, and I think, Chase, that really comes down to their shot selection. They haven't been taking the right shots at the right time. They've been attacking, and when they've attacked, they've either gotten to the charity stripe or they've gotten the easy bucket. However, when it comes to their outside perimeter game, their shot selection, as I mentioned, not where it needs to be. They're settling a lot for taking those long twos or errant threes when there's still 17, 18, even 20 seconds still on the shot clock when they've gotten the ball over really quickly. Julius Wells, I hate to say it, but he's taken a lot of those threes that are so unnecessary so early on in the shot.
Yeah.
Exactly, so early on in the shot clock that it really makes you wonder, what could you have gotten out of that offensive stand had you moved the ball around and had a lot of rotation? So I think when it comes down to it, DMV not getting the offense they want simply because of mental breakdown.
If you're Coach Carter, he just had a timeout in the huddle. What do you tell your guys?
Move the ball. At this point, you can, if you want to try and get back into it with 1:40 left, I'm going to go a 3-pass minimum before a shot goes up. You've got to try and implement that and see if they get the ball rotation going.
Some of the decisions in terms of shot selection have not been intelligent. Clark to Thun, he's wide open for three, and he's able to knock it down. So that cuts into the D Las Vegas lead, making it a 13-point ball game, 91-78, with 1:37 left.
And the thing for DMV, too, as that three was hit, a lot of players and a lot of people watching basketball will say, well, if they're wide open, why not take it? Sometimes, if you're wide open, it still may not be a great shot when there's a lot of time left on the clock for your offense.
And DMV is going to come out in a full-court press. They have 9 team fouls. As soon as they reach 10, that will send D Las Vegas to the free throw line, but the full court pressure actually results in a turnover as the ball went off of Bermudez.
So we'll see here if DMV can capitalize off of that turnover.
So you'll have to stay put. Inbounds pass to Wells. He loses it, and Bermudez comes up with a steal. Bounce pass to Lee Bailey. Bailey will back it out. He's going to try to waste some time off the clock, and I'm surprised that DMV isn't going to foul. I think Coach Carter knows that this one is out of his reach. Bermudez.
But what you do like is they're still
nifty
defending.
Crossover, and he gets pummeled in the lane, but prior to that, there was an offensive foul. Sorry about that. What'd you say?
No, you do like that although this game does seem out of reach with a minute 11 to go, although no game really when you've got a guy who can shoot the ball like Wells on your team is out of reach, but you like that they're still defending on the defensive end.
When there's scouts in attendance, you got to give 110% effort. Clark to Funderburk, and he's able to sink a triple. D Las Vegas lead now down to 10. Ahmed almost gets the ball knocked out of his hands by Brown. Instead, Brown, after Ahmed was able to catch the loose ball, fouled Ahmed. And if you're Coach Carter, you're forcing a team to shoot free throws that hasn't really shot the ball well from the line today.
Exactly, just 21 of 33, 63% from the floor for D Las Vegas. But the other thing, too, as Ahmed airballs it, is the fact that on that inbounds, I wonder why they inbound it to the hands of Abdul Ahmed, because Brown has very long arms. He can try and reach at that ball.
Ahmed airballs back-to-back free throws, and free throws are a fascinating phenomenon to me because you can have the best shooters in the world who are able to knock down shots from anywhere on the basketball court, but as soon as you put them to the free throw line, they can't knock it down. There's a mental block that occurs with shooting free throws that I'm not sure anybody can understand.
Yeah, it's an interesting game as an and one is called.
Yeah, Wells gets it to go plus the foul.
But yeah, it's,
Abdul Ahmed might end up on SC Not Top 10 for that effort.
Looks at, when you're looking at those two airballed free throws, if you're head coach Ricky Cleveland-George, all you can do is sort of just shake your head at that. He's such a great outside shooter. How do you airball that?
And don't look now, but it's only a 7-point game as a 13-point lead has now evaporated to just a 7-point deficit for the DMV All-Stars.
Coach Carter doing a very smart thing, having Brown guard whoever is inbounding the ball because of the simple fact he is 6'10", and I'm going to guess probably has close to to a 7-foot wingspan.
So it'll be Lee Bailey at the free throw line after we walk the floor. 42.9 seconds left. 91-84 is the score. Bailey misses the first. Bailey also misses the second. So Thun on the far side. Hands it off to Funderburk. Funderburk lines up another three, and that's well off the mark. D Las Vegas fortunate to be in a spot right now where they're up by 7 points because the free throws have been a glaring issue in this basketball game. D Las Vegas breaks the press. Hodges will drive. He'll lay it in easily. He coasts for two. And how about that for a defensive play? D Las Vegas with a gritty effort. Ahmed thinks about a three, elects not to take. The shot clock's unplugged, so DMV is going to let the game clock expire. And D Las Vegas is, I think, going to escape with the victory by 9 points, even though they did struggle from the free throw line.
And the funny thing is, when you look at their free throw shooting, coming into the midway through this fourth quarter, 21 of 33, you come away with a 9-point win. Those 8 free throws that you missed could have easily ended up in a 1-point game.
So D Las Vegas wins the first 2 games of Session B. They will be back tomorrow playing in the championship game, led by head coach Ricky Cleveland George. That's going to do it for game number 2 of day 2 of Session B from the Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas. For Megan McPeak, I'm Chase Sr. Thanks so much for joining us, but guess what? We got more basketball, so keep it right here on Global Basketball TV.